Vladimir Lenin is remembered as the founder of the Soviet Union. His political and economic reflections upon Marxism and communism have become known as Leninism. Lenin was one of the most influential political leaders of the 20th century. Vladimir Lenin was born on April 22, 1870 in Russia. His mother was a schoolteacher. His father was an official in the field of education. Lenin studied politics throughout his later education. He learned Greek and Latin in his schooling. Lenin was arrested on December 17, 1887, due to his involvement in a student protest. The protest occurred at Kazan University. He was later expelled from the university. Lenin's brother was hanged in his role of attempting to bomb Tsar Alexander III. Lenin's sister, a Russian revolutionary and eventual Soviet stateswoman, was sent to Tatarstan as punishment. Vladimir Lenin embraced revolutionary politics as a result of these events. Lenin successfully passed his law examination at St. Petersburg University in November of 1891. He was arrested by the Tsar's police on December 21st of 1895. Lenin was exiled or sent away to Siberia for 3 years beginning in February of 1897. His exile ended on February the 10th of 1900, and he subsequently returned to St. Petersburg. Lenin founded the communist newspaper called Iskra in 1900. Then he traveled to Western Europe. Lenin's What Is to Be Done was published in March of 1902. There he outlined his thoughts, his theories, and his plans for government in the publication. He provided commentary of the social classes within Russia within the book. From July to August of 1903, the Second Congress of Social Democrats occurred in Brussels and London. Lenin and his followers assumed majority of control. As a majority, he embraced the name Bolsheviks. Bloody Sunday in St. Petersburg occurred on January the 22nd of 1905. This initiated the 1905 revolution. Lenin encouraged the use of violent insurrection to gain control over the situation. The 1905 revolution proved to be unsuccessful. Tsar Nicholas II issued the October Manifesto on October the 30th of 1905. This promised civil liberties and a democratically elected Duma. Lenin returned to Russia in November of 1905. Lenin met Joseph Stalin for the first time in 1905. The beginning of the February Revolution occurred in St. Petersburg on March the 8th of 1917. It escalated as industrial workers went on strike over food shortages and deteriorating factory conditions. Tsar Nicholas II abdicated the throne on March the 15th of 1917. A provisional government was formed immediately following the abdication. Lenin subsequently took a sealed train with Germany's assistance back to Russia in April of 1917. Lenin reached St. Petersburg, Petrograd on April the 16th or April the 17th of 1917. He subsequently issued his April thesis there. In it, he advocated for the overthrow of the Provisional Government. There was an attempted Bolshevik coup in Petrograd on July the 17th of 1917. Lenin then went into hiding. The beginning of the Red Terror occurred in September of 1918, when Lenin ordered the Red troops to begin taking hostages. The Red troops supported the revolution. The White armies were driven back along the Volga. The White Army did not support the revolution. The Bolsheviks eventually seized power over the government. They proclaimed Soviet rule and made Lenin leader of the world's first communist state. The new Soviet government ended Russian involvement in World War I with the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk in 1918. Lenin sought peace with Germany. Lenin was shot in October of 1918. He was significantly wounded. There was a devastating and massive famine in Russia in 1921. The famine killed over 5 million people. There was civil disorder at the time, and Lenin used a secret police to silence his critics. Lenin's ideology was authoritarian in nature. He showed little mercy for his political opponents. The 10th Party Congress occurred in Moscow on March 8, 1921. Lenin announced a new economic policy to help the Soviet Union recover from its devastating famine. Joseph Stalin was appointed General Secretary of the Communist Party in April of 1922. Lenin's Red Army eventually won Russia's Civil War. In 1922, a treaty between Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and the Transcaucasus, now known as Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, formed the Union of Soviet Republics, that is, the USSR. Lenin became the first head of the USSR. His health was in severe decline at this time. Lenin suffered a stroke on May the 26th of 1922. His recovery from his stroke occurred at Gorky throughout the summer of 1922. He had a second stroke by December of that year. Lenin dictated what was his final testament over the course of December and January of 1922 and 1923 with warnings about Joseph Stalin. He recommended Joseph Stalin's removal after observing his power grab over the Soviet Union. He suffered his third stroke in 1923. He then lost his ability to speak after the third stroke. Vladimir Lenin died on January the 21st of 1924. Lenin's embalmed body was installed in the Red Square Mausoleum on January the 27th of 1924.